Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. This is your girl, Aly. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. Wherever you are, whether it's raining, snowing, wherever you are, that you find the beauty in the day because it is truly the day that God has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad, right? Because we know that this day also represents the 20th year of 9/11. And so I'll say something else about that in just a minute. But I also want to welcome Miss Tiara to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, Miss Aly. I am fabulous.
Yes, I should be where Tiara is today, but it just didn't happen that way. But Tiara, like I said, before we get into it, I do want to give you opportunity since this is your first time on the show. You start off as a guest, but after that, you're just family, right?
Love it.
So, I want to give you opportunity just to introduce you, say a little something about yourself.
Alrighty, no problem. Well, hi, everyone. Again, Miss Aly, thank you for having me on this very memorious day, 9/11. I am Tiara Cooper. I am currently um, a mother of two, as well as a full time employer, as well as an entrepreneur now. So that's just a little bit about myself currently.
How old are your children?
I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. So the American dream I have.
I hear you, girl. Well, again, you guys, welcome to the show. We are here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. And as I said before, this commemorates the 20th year of 9/11, where there were attacks on the World Trade Center, um, the Pentagon, and so many people lost their lives. And so we know that there was like almost just a little under 3,000 deaths and like 25,000 people injured in that event. And so, we still feel it even today. And so, just wanted to send out some love, prayers, good vibes for everyone who's dealing with that. Tiara, do you remember where you were when this happened?
I was actually having a conversation with my friend this morning about it. I was in my 10th grade, last block of the day, social studies, if I'm not mistaken, when the teacher just abruptly turned on the television and it was all unfolding right before our eyes. So
Yeah,
I knew exactly where I was when it happened.
it's funny, like some things you just like remember exactly like you were saying. I was on site at a meeting and I was waiting to talk to the person that I was there to meet, and they had the TVs on and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" And then you start hearing the office buzzing and people, just like, "Oh my gosh." So I can only imagine what it was like to be there. I have family in New York and everybody was worried and stuff, but to God be the glory, we have rebuilt, right?
Yes, yes, to God be the glory.
So, and let me throw this out there before we get started. There's a lot of deaths in the Charlotte area, a lot of shootings and different things taking place in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so you see all the flyers going by as announcements of things that are going on. And I try to put them on the page as well, making connections with Aly. And so if you miss something, check out the page, or especially the group is there. But the meeting tomorrow in Charlotte, North Carolina, it starts at 9 a.m. Starts at 9 a.m. and they're going to be talking about the shootings and all the deaths and just what they're calling for pastors, community leaders, everybody just to come and be together and try to come up with a solution to make things better, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Miss Tierra, now so we're on to you, girl. So I know that you said an employer, right?
Mhm.
So how long have you been an employer?
Employee, excuse me. So I
Okay.
do work full time currently,
Okay.
with Ally. I'm a financial advisor with Ally. But then I also, a year and a half ago, I fell into entrepreneurship. So I work full time, but then I've also taken on that, we're also wearing the hat of entrepreneur.
Shut up. I hear you, girl. I love it. I love it. And we as people, we really have the ability to juggle so many things. Sometimes when I look at my schedule, I'm like, what in the world? Who does this? But God has gifted us with so many different abilities. And so, I think it's amazing when you can work a job, but then you're building your own legacy, right? And so, tell me a little bit about that. Like, I know you said you fell into it, but what kept you there?
Just what you just said. The opportunity is giving me the option of building my own legacy. That's you just took the words right out of my mouth. That this is what's keeping me in this organization outside of travel. It's me being able to leave a legacy for my two children that I currently have.
Because the job where you are an employee,
Mhm.
um, so you can't really make any decisions. You can't really change policies or do anything with that job, right?
Can't move the culture forward.
And so, and also, when you leave this earth, you can't leave that company to your children, can you?
That is correct. No, I cannot.
So let's talk about it. How important is it though to even leave a legacy? Because we hear that a lot of times, but how many people do you know that are actually doing that?
Working on that currently in my organization, it's already about 75,000 of us working hard as entrepreneurs in this business to leave a legacy for our families, no matter if it's our kids, our parents, our nieces and nephews. So currently, right now, I do know about 75,000 of us that's in the running.
All right. And that's amazing because a lot of people. So before you met them, let me ask you that: how many would you say?
None.
Because, like I said, we hear that. Hey, Jonathan Coleman, we hear that, and we understand it. We're intelligent people. We know what that means. But sometimes, I found for myself, I was like, yeah, I want to do that, but I really didn't know how to do that, or really the importance of it. So, why is it so important to leave a legacy for your family?
Why is it so important? Because my mama didn't give me that option. I mean, my mom, her grandmother, they were already conditioned to go to school, get a job, retire in 40 years. Not telling us that 20 years, 30 years fast forward, that retirement might not be enough to live off. So you still would work for show loyalty to a company for 40 years, 50 years, get your retirement benefits and still have to go work a part-time job, you
Mm.
know. I want to be able to make sure that when my time ends on this earth, my children can sustain outside of me just being able to do from them when I'm retired. That retirement money is not going to be passed down to them. So I wanted something that was going to generate income for generations to come. And I found it.
Awesome. Because again, like you were just saying, we were people my age, were taught go to school, get that job, and it really didn't even matter what was happening on that job. If they made a decent salary for your community, your area, they're just like, stick with it. Forget that. Don't worry about the people, how they treat you, da 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 da. But I think we've done ourselves such a injustice in that, because yes, you should be worried about how people treat you. They should, all this time and energy that you're putting into that company to help them build their legacy, they should at least show you respect, don't you think?
Agreed. Agreed. And I realized that at the age of 30. And that's when my mindset shifted during the pandemic.
Mm.
It made a lot of us scared and weary of our jobs and not knowing what we would fall back on, if something was to happen. So all that played into, yeah, the reason why I'm doing what I do today.
And I think a lot of people have felt that in 2020. They thought they had time, they thought they would have options. Even like if you wanted to, if you've been thinking about or dreaming about being an entrepreneur, or writing a book, or doing poetry, or being an artist, You like, okay, I'll do that, but I got to stay focused here. I got to get this work in, and I'm tired when I get home from work. What pushes you sometimes? Are you tired when you get home from work and you feel like, I don't want to do this entrepreneur job, but what keeps you? You know what I'm saying? What makes you that
I
mindset?
think the mindset I currently work at home, so that's was like okay, cool. But what keeps my mindset is this product that I have, which is travel. I believe in building memories. You can always make money, but what about the memories? What about the time that you get
Mm.
to spend for your with your family? So right now, that is what's keeping me. Not only that, just the resources that I have access to, the people that I've been able to network with and build strong connections. And I truly believe, Miss Allie, that relationships are the key to our success. You know, it's those relationships that's gonna keep you as an entrepreneur, as well as show you different avenues you can take with those relationships. So I really, really believe in strong relationships, strong connections. I'm a people's person anyway. I love people. I love people. When you ask anyone, I'll talk to anyone. I don't care who you are. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna put a smile. I try to put a smile on your face because that's me.
Right.
Again, it's the resources, the people that I've been able to connect with, and the product that I have that I fell into entrepreneur. You do it at your own time. Again, it's travel. It's travel. I'm a
Yeah.
travelpreneur. So I do it when I want to do it. If I want to pull up my laptop and work on my business, I'll pull up my laptop and work on my business. If I want to read a book, something associated with my business, it doesn't necessarily have to be on the laptop. I'll read a book. So that's me, working on my business because I'm expanding my knowledge. I'm expanding my profession.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Sometimes, you just gotta take the time to learn more about what you're doing, right?
Absolutely.
Continuing to build your skills and different things like that, and developing yourself. And so I think that's awesome because, again, when you were talking about that, I thought about there have been times where, maybe something happened to the car and I need a little extra money that week. Well, I wasn't going to get it from my job. I could go tell them, you know, I've been having this issue. Can I get like 5 hours of overtime? They're not necessarily going to do that for me.
Mhm.
But when you're an entrepreneur, like you said, you can be like, okay, well, this month, the family's planning for this. This month, I know the cars have to get inspected and all this kind of stuff. So this time, I'm gonna put a little bit more time into my work. And so, like you said, it's offering you freedom because you don't have to be stressed. Because I know so many people who can't even put a set of tires on their car. They have to budget and wait and pray that the tire doesn't blow out because they don't have those resources. And I just it's such a pull on me. I feel so bad because I've been there. I know what it's like. And when I see people struggling, it just hurts my heart.
Yeah, it does. Mine's as well. It really does. And that's why I'm doing what I do, currently, because this is for everyone. What I'm doing currently, I'm with an organization that gives anyone who's willing to fight for their family, who's willing to put the work in, like you said, develop your skills. If you love to travel, if you just have a passion for helping people, this organization is for you. They're giving us the option to really move our culture forward. I've heard that saying a lot, seen that hashtag a lot. But what are we really doing as a culture, as a generation, to really push our culture forward? Right now, these days and times, it's going to be entrepreneurship. It's going to be entrepreneurship. No matter what you do, entrepreneurship, I feel like these days and times is the way to go.
So what if some people are thinking about that, but they're just like, well, what about like health benefits and stuff like that? I mean, what happens in that case if I want to be an entrepreneur and if I quit my job? What about all that stuff? Is my family going to be covered?
Just
What
like
would you
any
say
other
to?
business. What would I say? Just like any other business. Starting a business, it takes time, right? It's investment. For example, if you wanted to go start a retail business, you're going to have to put a certain amount of money into that business, develop your skills, and then wait for a return a year or 2 years later if your business does take off. So I feel like it's just about this business. I wouldn't say quit your job offhand now. Okay. This business is going to take time, just like any other business, for you to self-develop, to get an understanding of what it is that you want in life. Change your mindset. Most importantly, this is what this business has done for me. It changed my way of thinking. It really has. Um, it's just the way, again, I wouldn't say just quit your job right off bat with the business that I have, but if you enjoy traveling, if you enjoy helping people, if you're just looking for that part-time opportunity that's going to give you some freedom and eventually can lead you to financial freedom where you can quit your job, this is the organization for you. Even if you're already in entrepreneurship and you don't know the path to take, this is an organization for you. Again, it's going to give you all the resources. It's going to give you the people that's going to help you move forward with anything that you want to do when it comes to entrepreneurship.
And I think that is good advice, because I think a lot of times when we won't change, we just hop into it. We don't count up the cost.
Mhm.
We just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm quitting this job. But that was good advice because you're like, take your time, learn, become part of a team that's gonna be able to help you and assist you. And so let's talk about that part because I know there's a lot of solopreneurs out there, excuse me, and they're struggling because excuse me, they're struggling because they're the only person working the business, right?
Themselves.
So you got marketing, you got to figure out where to find your clients.
Mhm.
You got to actually then deal with the clients.
Mhm.
You got to do follow ups. Oh my gosh, that's a lot, right?
Mhm.
So, how important is it to have a team?
As I told you, Miss Haley, I believe the key to our success is going to be relationships. I feel like it's really important to have a team that's going to keep you motivated, that's going to always lead you in the right direction, point you in the right direction. If you don't know something, not micromanage you, but has the ability to point you in the right directions to those resources in which you're needing, so that you can develop in the self develop where you're lacking. Whether that's confidence, whether that's
Mm.
inspiration. If you need inspiration, we feed off of each other. So a team is a phenomenal. I can be a solo worker, but I enjoy working with a team because it gives me, I'm self motivated, but it also motivates me even more to not fail my team, if that makes sense. I'm just, again, I'm that type of person. I really believe in team building efforts. If we are going to move this culture forward, and again, that's what I'm in. You said it, marketing. That's my professional. I don't look at it as a job. Marketing is a professional. Network marketing is. It's a profession.
Yes.
You develop your skills, you learn your product. My product is travel. Even though I am in the business of marketing, I also use the product that I have. And I know a lot of people in our culture now, they who really don't understand marketing, they look at it as a pyramid scheme. But if you think about it now, we work in corporate America. If you work in corporate America, you've been working in corporate America for years. Again, I'm not job shaming and I'm not job, you know, blasting because I work
Right.
full time,
Me
80
too, right?
hours every 2 weeks. But that's the real pyramid scheme to where everyone at the bottom is work, but we're just building the wealth for a couple of people at the top. No, it shouldn't be like that. Why can't we all do this thing as a team effort and build wealth for our family? And again, I found that network marketing, which a lot of us don't understand it gives us that opportunity. It really does. Well, I know my organization does because in the business, I've only heard my organization say, hey, you want to leave a legacy with your family, for your family? Let's do it. So that's network marketing is where it is.
Right. And when you have a team, it's like you were saying, you know, different people are different are good at different things.
Mm-hmm.
There might be that person who is the motivator. Then there's that person that you can rely on when you need facts, you need information, you need to, you know, get a little better understanding. Then there's the people who have been marketing and doing social media and things like that you can turn to and ask for advice. You
Mhm.
know, you have the opportunity to look at a blueprint, and become that. So, Jonathan says, how does experienced travel work for people that are more interested in the travel services instead of the business part?
They experience travel with me. Tierra, I'm your sunflower. It's an experience. So, if you're not interested in the business part, just allowing me the opportunity to experience travel with you and your travelers, whether that's your family, is a benefit in itself. You know, me being able to give you the knowledge, especially with we have a lot going on with the pandemic protocols, and a lot of people being a little nervous to fly. But I'm already equipped with all that information. I'm already updated. I have the resources that keeps me in tune what's going on in the world, everywhere in the world. But outside of that, if you're that traveler that just wants to go and have an experience and don't have to worry about finding your own prices, booking your own flights, making sure everyone comes together, and then allow me to take on that burden while you sit back and really enjoy the experience that I'm going to give you through Experience Travel 365 when you book your travel through me.
Awesome. So, where is like your favorite place to travel?
I have so many, but my niche is Caribbean. Caribbean. I'm your Caribbean specialist. So, been a couple of places already. One of my favorites, maybe because it was family, was St. Croix. It's the United States territory, but it was really family oriented. I'm a Caribbean type of girl though, so that's what I do. Anywhere where the water is, anywhere we can see some water, see some fish, that's me.
Awesome, awesome. And so, do you also like the excursions and things that take place? Do you book those as well?
I have access to over 200 suppliers. That's including your major rental car chains, any activities, wherever you go, your flights, even if you want to book this, what, in the sports season for my men, NFL, tickets, whatever, anything that you book related to travel or events, Experience Travel 365 um, can get you connected with those trips, or like I said, anything game related, just anything that you can think of, Ms. Allie, is Experience Travel 365. We have access to the world. I like to think of it. We do. We have access to the world.
Truly. I feel you. So, let's say I had a thought when you were talking. Oh gosh, it left me for a second. But while we're on that, you mentioned earlier about memories. You know, and so I know, again, in this COVID situation, a lot of people experience so many deaths, and right now that's what they're living on. So even when people say, well, because I've heard a lot of people say, well, I don't want to spend that money on traveling because, I could do something else with it. I could pay a bill, I could do this. But how important really is to be able to travel, to see other atmosphere, get in other atmospheres, see other cultures? How important is that?
It educates you. I've been educated throughout my travel experiences, opened up my eyes to a lot of things that we don't appreciate here. Not saying that everyone. And again, let me just say this: I'm very sympathetic, empathetic when it comes to anyone who has lost a family member, a friend, anyone during this pandemic. I have truly my aunt. So again, I definitely have compassion. But when you ask me, how does it just opens your eyes up to this God-given beautiful earth. I believe that he put us here to dominate the earth, not to dominate just a little piece, but to dominate, to educate yourself. And you can really become educated through travel. I'm speaking from experience.
Hmm. And I agree because I think a lot of times, even when people are thinking about living their dreams or, walking out their visions, sometimes it's not going to happen maybe in the town that you grew up in. And so, but they're scared to venture out and to leave and to, go experience a new city or a new state. But I think when you travel and you kind of get used to being out of your comfort zone, then that opens you up to be able to do that, to move to another place, because there's nothing saying that you can't move back, you
Mm-mm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Some people go to different places for a season, like with travel nurses. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when I was growing up, I'm sure they probably had them, but people didn't really talk about travel nursing as
Mm-hmm.
much when I was growing up. And so, but now anybody who's a nurse, I be telling them, I'll be like, have you heard about travel nursing? You get to experience different places, go do these contracts for 6 to 12 weeks and
Mm-hmm.
just experience life, but you're still making money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've been there though. I come from a small town, Sumter, South Carolina. If you ever heard of it, where
Hmm.
the opportunities weren't available. They probably were, but it was few far in between. So when you say those folks who may be a little nervous about travel because they are from a small town, I've been here and it's okay. But again, you have to be comfortable with wanting to learn new things. I mean, it's not for everyone. Travel is not for everyone. Everyone doesn't want to travel and see the world, and that's okay too.
Right.
But for those who do it. Do it. You have nothing to lose. Do it. This is a beautiful world that our Father, I'm a believer, has given us to dominate. Live out your life. Live out your life through travel. Take the kids. Take
Right.
the families.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, so what about somebody who's saying, well, I would love to travel, at least take one, because I know so many people don't even take like one vacation a year. And what I say is, you have got to have that time where you can release, where you can start reflecting, but then you can be refueled and refreshed. And so that is another reason I say travel is so important because you get refreshed. You get away from the norm, the things that are usually tearing at you, and you get rebuilt. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So
Agreed.
what if somebody's saying though, travel just seems so expensive. How can I afford? Like if I want to take my family on a cruise, how can I afford that?
Well, right now, I mean, with everything just recently opened back up, and this is just now, these cruise deals are like the cheapest I've ever seen them. When I've cruised before the pandemic, and my prices that I paid back then compared to now, it's like half. And one thing with cruises is, I mean, normally when you book a cruise, you get everything included. So all you're just doing is paying to get on there. Everything else is like free game when you get there. Your food wise, maybe your food wise, and your non-alcoholic beverage, and your entertaining. So honestly, a cruise is a perfect, like for me, it's perfect. You pay one fee, really, if you don't want to buy anything else. You got your meals, you got your activities, and you got your drinks. What you need.
Exactly. And and the thing about it is you just budget. Just like you do everything else. Just like you budget to put those tires on a car, just like you budget to, buy the school clothes at the beginning of the year. You pick your date and you figure out how much it's going to cost and you budget
Make a
and you
plan.
pay on it,
Mhm.
so that when you're ready to go, it's all done.
Yes.
And that's one thing about travel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but usually your trips, usually have to be paid for what 30 to 45 days in advance.
Correct.
And so just think about it. You're not still having to come up with that money. Oh my gosh, are we going to have money for the airfare? Oh my gosh, are we going to have money to, all that's 30 to 45 days is done. And then you have those 30 to 45 days to just get some spending money or some play money, right?
Absolutely. That's a good thing with booking with the Experience Travel 365. Like you said, if you get a whole package deal, little deposit, starting off. Um, but then you have the options of me if you do a package, meaning the actual resort and airfare. We're the only ones that can hold that airfare for you. No other place, no other booking.com. You can't go and put a $200 down payment on your hotel and your flight. That's no,
Right.
I'm not going to do that. But with the Experience Travel, we give you that option. So I hold your flight seats, I hold your hotel, and you only got to give $200 down. So you plan out how you can use, like you said, pay the rest up until that 45 days, that cutoff time that you have.
So Miss Tanya or Tanya, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on, but it says, "Hi Tiara, I travel very frequently, but I organize and book everything myself. How would it be beneficial for a travel agent to do it for me?"
Hi, Miss Green. Sounds like you're already the travel agent. You're already booking the travel yourself. You're already organizing the travel yourself. If you're ever interested in the business side, I would love to show you how you can get paid for doing what you're already doing anyway. But the benefit of having a travel agent is, again, is to sit back and give you that experience, Miss Green, without you having to do everything, especially if you work full time, like we all do out here. Allowing a travel agent to take on that responsibility for you, I feel like it's, for me, if it was me, it just gives me a release, something I don't have to worry about. I just set it up, send me what I need to send. If I'm interested in it, okay, let her do the work. And that's what I feel like. Travel agents aren't always about getting deals, because a lot of people assume that, oh, because I'm a travel agent, she can give me a 5-day trip for $200. No, it doesn't work like that. But what we are in this business to do is to educate you, especially right now, to educate you on the rules and regulations of this pandemic laws, and what you need to do to make sure that you're traveling safely. So again, that's one of the benefits, a few of the benefits of having a travel agent, and just also experience travel with someone else, making connections, because you never know, with that travel agent, you can build a bond. We can be sister friends or friends. I look at things in so many type of ways. So with me, it can go either way. I just feel like having a travel agent just gives you a little less stress,
Yeah.
worration when it comes to having to book your own travel. Hopefully that answer your question, Ms. Green.
Yeah, I know that stress is what I was gonna say, because sometimes you just don't have time, and you want to get the best deal, but because you don't have all the resources, you might just be used to using this vendor, and so
Mhm.
she said, "Yes, thanks." You
You're
might only
welcome.
be used to using one vendor, and you don't realize how many, like you said, that are out there. And so, definitely, I say, even if you're even if you're looking yourself, still contact a travel agent and just price compare. And if that travel agent can get you more for the same amount of money, go for it.
Surely we can. It just depends. It may not be the money, but it may be like if you're going to Vegas, the travel agent has access to excluding that $75 or that $40 resort fee that you charge tonight. So it's just the little things that we can do. Like I said, if you book on booking.com, you want to go to Las Vegas, outside of what you're already going to pay, they're going to charge you when you get there the resort fees, which $40+ travel agent like myself can access one of my suppliers, and they say, hey, if you got a client that want to book this same resort, this same hotel in Las Vegas, book them and we'll waive that $40 per night resort fee. So it's the little things that we do have access to that the regular consumer doesn't have access to.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Awesome. And so you're talking about like NFL tickets and things like that. So what?
A lot, over 200 suppliers we have access to. Again, I feel like anything that you do, like Miss Green said, she already booked and organized her own. Then um,
She said I would
anything.
like to speak to you more about the business side and travel agent service side as well.
Let's connect, Miss Green. I'll be more than happy to give you all that I know, share all that I know, and point you in the right direction, to see if this is something that really piques your interest and you would like to learn how to travel more, save more, and earn more for doing something that you're already doing right now. Put that money back in our pocket. So they said moving the culture forward, using travel. If you're already booking on booking.com, did you know commissions are already built into travel anyway? So basically, all you're doing is paying Booking.com a portion of what you're already paying to book. Why not put that money back in your pocket? Why not give you the option to be able to use that same trip that you booked through Booking.com and use it as a tax write-off? Why not? Why not? Again, it's moving the culture forward. We have to learn like these little
Hmm.
things, like I said, with it already being booked into travel. Learn how to put a return on that. You're gonna get the memories for traveling. What if you can make money back? What if you can get tax breaks from that? Which you can.
There you go. Jonathan says, Ta- is it Tanya? Is that an A? I need to put my glasses on. Tanya is another proud Blacktopia making connections indeed.
Yes, Tanya.
Yes. Shout out to Blacktopia. If you're not in that group, join it on Facebook.
Agreed.
But I love, just really, just get down to the get down. We have not always had these opportunities available to us. Um, I think of Black people as women, being able to do the same work and get paid the same.
Yes,
Oh,
Tanya.
yeah. Oh,
Travel, see
monthly.
the world.
That's
Yes,
what I'm
yes.
talking about. You doing it monthly? Oh yeah.
Yes, please. Let's connect, please. I would like to show you if there's something that's piques your interest and you're really interested in learning how to do this. Yes, let me help you. Let me help you.
So Jonathan, make sure you get these two connected. But I guess you're both in Blacktopia, so
Yeah.
yeah. It's it's pronounced Tanya, but spelled Tanya. Okay, thank you,
Mhm.
Jonathan. So but what was I saying? Just having opportunities, and again, options available to us. Like you said, this is the time. Sometimes when we used to think about going into business, it would cost too much. We
Mhm.
would have to find a building. Where is
Mhm.
our building going to be located?
Mhm.
Again, there's that marketing piece, but now it's so much that you can do online.
Yes.
You connect with your clients, you can help them through online portals, and there's just so many opportunities. So, can you talk to maybe our family about opportunities?
Yes, I can. The beauty of opportunities. I mean, it's changed my life. This opportunity that I have
Um, Jonathan, can you hear Tierra?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Uh,
Okay.
Might have been me, but you're frozen. So, can you start that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was asking me to talk about our family, the importance of opportunities. I just want to say this: if someone ever connects with you, like via your platform or just like via offer, never try to like downplay it right then and there. Take a look at it. Take a look at it. Just hear them out. And I know that in network marketing, sometimes just depending on the product, it may take you 3 times to hear it before it clicks. Don't think that you know what an opportunity has to offer until you check it from the inside. You know, find an opportunity where you can invest in yourself, where this opportunity is going to help you self develop. It's going to give you the confidence if you need the confidence. It's going to give you the resources that you need. But just opportunities. We have to start looking outside of jobs. We need jobs, yeah, in order for us to do what we want to do, travel like me and Miss Green does. Probably yourself too, Miss Ellie. But find something that's part time, something that you can do at home. Um, Again, something that's going to give you those tax breaks. I'm being lit. Just an opportunity to help you grow, not just retire in 40 years, 50 years, to help you grow and see the world differently. Because this is what this opportunity has done. It's done for me. And I told you, this opportunity fell into my lap, Miss Ally. Just a little bit about that. I had a really good homegirl, still do. Really one of my close friends. And I only got into the business just supporting her. She called me up. She said, "Hey, Tia, I just started this thing. Um, join with me." I said, "Okay." No questions asked. But I didn't know it was going to be my blessing. You
Right,
know,
right.
and I did it off of supporting a really good friend of mine. And, it turned out that this was really something that was for me because I was already traveling. So why not get paid for travel. This makes sense.
Right, right. I feel you. And a lot of times, and I like what you said though about the opportunities. Just listen. You never really know. You know, you can give it a title and you hear that title and you're like, oh, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to do that. But you
Hmm.
really don't until you've heard the presentation, until you've heard all about, how it works, because it might work differently than what you think. At least
Hmm.
listen to the opportunity and then mull it over before you just be like, no, I don't want to hear that. Because
Hmm.
there are so many good opportunities out there these days and so many different ways to connect and to grow.
Hmm.
So I think it's important to do that.
And I've heard one really wise saying said, "Would you take advice from a millionaire?" I say, yeah, I actually picked up a millionaire's book and started reading it again. I told you my professional is a network marketing. Some people call it direct selling. Some people call it MLM, multi-level marketing. That's where we need to be. That's where we need to be in the social media time, in the time where now everyone's connecting via online. Um, it's just, and he said it. He said eventually the way the corporate America, like how we get paid hourly, it's going to eventually transition to the way network marketing is. And it's going to be more hourly based.
I think she froze again. Give her a second. I'm sure she'll be back. Miss Green said, I'm just going to say Miss Green. Makes a lot of sense what we're talking about. And so while we're waiting on Tiara to reconnect, again, I just want to say, again, we are making connections, and that's what we're about, making those connections, giving people resources, giving people, ideas to think about, opportunities that they don't know about. Again, there's so many wonderful things happening in the world. And again, even like with the flyers that we show, we do that because there are so many organizations out there who are helping people, or organizations who need help. And a lot of times, we struggle by ourselves. We don't tell, I'm not good at this area, because we don't want to let people know that we're not good. But one thing about network marketing and different organizations like that is everybody can make the same amount of money. Everybody can be the same. Everybody has the opportunity to be at the same level. So back in the day where you thought, well, I don't want to tell this person this because they'll get ahead of me. In this scenario, it changes all the time, right? And so, but everybody has the opportunity to grow to the same level, to build your business and your agency to the same level. Hey, Miss
I'm
Dear.
sorry.
You're good. So that's what I love about it. And so again, truly, we're making connections. We're getting those resources out there. We're here every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Saturday at 12 noon, all Eastern Standard Time. And so if you want to know more about making connections, definitely go like our Facebook page, join our group, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live. And if you need more information, we're going to have a commercial here in just a minute that will tell you all that. But Tiara, I wanted you to continue in your thought. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Beauty is an opportunity. Growth is an opportunity. Just my one saying that I go by now every day: put God first, stay engaged politically, socially, and economically. If you're interested in bringing change to this culture, so that's kind of like my saying right now that I live by when I present this opportunity to any and everybody that I talk to, because I do.
Yes, I love it. I love it. You never meet a stranger, right?
Never. I'm never. I'll never. Honestly, I don't. Maybe 3 minutes they're a stranger. Within 3 minutes of me talking to them, we're not strangers anymore.
So like I'm the opposite. Like I don't really, not really outgoing like with strangers and stuff at first. And so, but that's okay. Even in this business, that's okay, right?
Okay, it's okay. I'll do
Because
like I
you
did.
learn, huh?
I said that you can do like I did because when I got the opportunity, I was like, oh, I have to talk to people about this. So many people's gonna turn me down, blah blah blah. But as I started to reap the benefits. I'm like, why would I hold this to myself? This is so crazy. And this is something that someone like Miss Green can use. She's already someone like anyone, an 18-year-old student who's just coming out of school and want to be in entrepreneurship and don't know where to go, don't know the resources. This could be for them. You
Exactly.
don't necessarily have to travel, but why not?
Why not? And let's talk about that no process. A lot of people don't go into things like this because they're like, Lord, I got to approach people. What if they tell me no? Okay, go ahead. I'll let you take that. What if they tell me no?
We're gonna run with the ones that want to run, and we're gonna walk with the ones that want to walk. So you see this opportunity as something that you can either benefit from, which you will if you join the business, or if you just want to help people. We want to run with the ones that want to run, take advantage of this opportunity while we have momentum, and then we want to walk with the ones who want to walk. So we're not leaving you behind, but when you're ready to catch up with us, we're gonna turn back around and come get you so that you can run with us. And this is my organization. This is what it's built off of.
And just like you said, because for some people, it just takes them a little bit longer to make that decision or to see the value in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, be willing to separate from a couple $100 or $20 to, you know what I'm saying? So it
Mm-hmm.
takes people a little bit, to see what's in it. And so people tell us no all the time for stuff, but we don't die.
No means next opportunity, and the next opportunity may be to show you this 2 months later. You told me no this 2 months ago. Let me show you this again in a different way to see if this is something that may click. Because again, it took me 3 times. Not to get the traveling business because I already knew I wanted to make money while I was traveling, get the savings. Okay, cool. Didn't take me long, but to this really opened up my eyes. I believe this opportunity that I had through the product being travel is attached to abundance, right? Again, I'm a believer. Abundance in resources, abundance in the people that's willing to help you get to where you need to go. I mean, the resources including books, training, support groups, anything that you can name up. And I just had this revelation the other night. I'm like, Lord, this is attached to abundance. I get to travel. I get to get paid to travel. I get the tax benefits. I get to talk to people. I get to meet people. I get to help people. I get to see the world. Again, it may not be for everybody. For those, it is for. Like, take a look
Right.
at the opportunity. Sometimes you have to look more than one time to really see how this opportunity can benefit you, no matter what you're doing. I feel like this business that I'm in can benefit you because, again, it's giving you an opportunity to not only be a legacy for your family, but that residual income comes in.
Yes, yes. And that's the thing about network marketing. You build that, as you're building that legacy, as you're building that team, that agency, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
you are starting to build that residual income. And
Mm-hmm.
so, you can be at the hospital taking care of a patient or a loved one, but you're not stressed out because, oh my gosh, I got to be at this job, because that residual income is coming. And like we said, now, listen, make sure you do it properly. If you
Mm-hmm.
have a job, we're not saying quit your job today.
Mm-mm.
We're
Mm-mm.
saying you have to build, and sometimes it takes time, but if you put in the work, just like with anything else,
Mm-hmm.
sports and people who are athletes, the more they practice, the more they're out there, the more they get used to the technique, the more they get used to the calls that are played, and just the better they become, right? The stronger they become, the
Mm-hmm.
faster they become. And
Mm-hmm.
so it does take work, but you can do it.
We can do it. We can do it. It's a we thing now. I feel like now we should be more we than I's because it's the we that's really gonna move us forward
That's it. That's
for the
it.
community.
I love it. I love it. And so, is there anything that I may not have asked you or not covered that you want to share before we leave? We still got
Um,
a few minutes, but I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Again, and I gave you that background and that story and how this opportunity has helped me in so many ways. And I just thank you for giving me the opportunity to share it with your audience and for anyone who would like to hear a little bit more of what this opportunity that I have, and I'm willing to show anyone who's willing to invest in themselves. Because again, that's what it's going to start. It's going to start in investing in yourself, like you said, working hard, not quitting your job right off, right? But giving you an opportunity to invest with yourself and connect with a lot of like-minded people like yourself.
Yeah. And another thing I think, I just want to remind everybody that, you're worthy of that. Sometimes we think, well, if your family's always had to work hard and, you might be like, well, they might resent me if I start making money, if I start, child, that's a mindset.
That's
That's
it.
that's things that people have said. You have to know that you are worth this process. Your family is worth the investment. Your family is worth, because it doesn't have to be just you. You can bring your family with you. And as
Absolutely.
you start, your light starts shining and people start seeing how well you're doing, they're going to start coming to you.
Hmm.
So, initially it might be a little struggle or whatever, but trust, when you start letting your light shine, you're going to help somebody else's light to shine. So know that you are worthy and know that you can do it. Okay?
You learned something today. Thank you for that message. I really took that to heart. I know you're though, but I it really, when you just said that, we are all worthy. We are all worthy.
Yes, yes, yes. And again, that's one thing I love about network marketing is it doesn't matter your social status, it doesn't matter your education level. I mean, you could have your GED and somebody else have a master's, but you guys both have the same opportunity.
Hmm. Hmm.
You both can be at the same level. You both can build a team. And you know what? They don't treat each other differently. This my brothers, my sister, this my business partner. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I think it's so important, again, those relationships,
Agree.
being around people who can encourage you. And you know what I found too, sometimes I may not even be interested in this, but I just like the energy. Like I'm gonna say, well, I don't really get so much into like makeup and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I don't really want to be a part of the team, but whenever I go to things that they're having, that energy still does something for me. They still
Hmm.
motivate me. I still like to be around them, even though that's not something, I want to do. So
Absolutely.
it's still about those relationships, right?
It's all about the relationships, and that's it.
Yeah,
Relationship, healthy relationships is a key to our success. We can do it.
absolutely. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to show a little something, and then, but before we go, I want you to tell Tierra just your last words of encouragement or a piece of advice, whatever is laid on your heart to share with our family, and absolutely tell them how they can follow you. Okay?
Gotcha. Well, I love you guys. That
So
comes
hold
from
on,
the heart.
huh? We'll be right back right after commercial. Okay.
Thank you for being such a wonderful listening audience, whether you were listening live or on the replay. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, Making Connections with Aly and Shay, so that you can get notified every time we go live. Do you have a burning message to share with the audience? Contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info at ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com with your topic idea and your message to be booked on the show. And if you're an inspirational speaker or a motivator or simply seeking a platform to share your message, contact Miss Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info at ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime right here on the Making Connections Network. Again, contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info at ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime, your own radio show right here on the Making Connections Network.
Hey, hey, everybody. Again, thank you for joining us today on Making Connections with Aly. Don't forget, we're here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. And I just wanted to shout out Miss Lulu I Love. She was on the show might have been last week or 2 weeks ago, but I received her journal. I'm excited. This is Lulu's journal, a 90-day journey to mindfulness. It is on Amazon. Like I said, she was on the show a couple of weeks ago. So if you need the site, but you can just pull up Amazon. It's a 90-day journal to mindfulness. Lulu, I love. So I just wanted to say I got the journal and I'm excited about getting started with that. And so, that's again, that's what we're about, making connections. This journal, I like the part where it says, you do a dump every day, because a lot of times we take that stuff to bed with us and, just sit with things. But we can do a dump of our feelings and things that happen throughout the day. So I'm excited. And as I go through my 90-day journal, I will share some. Well, I'll be sharing the experience with you guys. And so, again, Tiara, thank you for being with us. We appreciate you so much, taking time out of your beach time to share with us. And I just want to give you this opportunity. Any last thoughts or comments, and tell everyone how they can follow you.
Well, again, Miss Aly, thank you so much for having me on Making Connections today. It was a beautiful Saturday. You guys can reach me by following me on social media. I got Facebook, Tier on Facebook. If you're an Instagram platform, you can follow me at Travelpreneur 365 on Instagram. So again, Facebook, Tier. It's my first name double times, as well as on Instagram. It's going to be Travelpreneur 365.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you again. I appreciate all your knowledge. I hope you and Miss Tanya are able to get together and do some great things. And I will be reaching out to you because I do have a question for you. So I'll be reaching out to you. So again, you guys, we love you. We appreciate you. And just a reminder that this is the 20th anniversary of 9/11. So there's a lot of people again who are out there experiencing things and having these thoughts again on the day, and we're sending out love and good vibes, prayers, because we know that it doesn't matter how long your loved one has been gone. There's still that piece of you that aches to be able to see them, talk to them, and so again, love the people you love, love on your loved ones. These relationships you have, make sure that they're strong and they're healthy, because we want you to always make those good memories, right? And so we love you and we appreciate you. Anything else before we go, Miss Tiara?
Live, love, laugh, travel. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And so until next time, as always, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for being such a wonderful